Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question comes to us straight out of the judge vault. Amy plays a clone and says that she wants to copy Nick's voice of all, which has protection from blue. What color will clone have protection from? Alright, first of all, let's notice that it is possible to clone something that has protection from blue. That's because protection only protects you from certain very specifically defined things in the comprehensive rules. And targeting is one of them. However, clone does not target because it doesn't use the word target anywhere in its ability. Targeting is the only one of the things protection protects against that's even remotely related to any of the thing that's going on in this case. So that means that the clone is able to copy the voice of all just fine. Okay, so after we've done that, once the clone is on the battlefield, what color will it have protection from? Blue again? And that might be your first impulse, but it turns out that's not necessarily going to be correct. You see, it turns out that the two abilities that Voice of All has that give it protection are linked. The ability that gives it protection from the chosen color only refers to the color that was chosen specifically with the other ability. Now, when the clone becomes a copy of the Voice of All, it's going to gain its own personal instance of each of those abilities. And that means that the clone's ability that gives it protection from the chosen color is going to refer to the color that was chosen with the instance of choose a color that clone has on it. That means as clone enters the battlefield, Amy is going to choose a color with that ability, and that's the color that the clone is going to have protection from. And that's going to be true regardless of what choice of color was made for the original Voice of All when it entered the battlefield. Alright, so now that we've got that taken care of, let's take a look at a related situation that has a slightly different answer. Let's take a look now at Shapeshare. And we'll notice that it's going to be not possible for Shapeshare to become a copy of a Voice of All that has protection from blue, the way Clone could. The reason being that the Shapeshare's ability has the word target written in it. And so that means that when it tries to become a copy of something that has protection from blue, the game will see that we're trying to target something that has protection from blue with a blue source, and that's not allowed. So, what would happen if we used the Shapeshare to become a copy of a Voice of All that had protection from some other color? How would that shake out? And the answer is, well, unfortunately pretty disappointing for the player who's got the Shapeshare. The reason for that is because, like we said before, the two abilities that give protection are linked. That means that you get protection from the color that you chose only refers to the color that was chosen when that permanent entered the battlefield. See the problem yet? Turns out Shapeshare did not enter the battlefield and have that ability. So that means that we didn't choose a color when Shapeshare entered the battlefield. Just becoming a copy of something with that ability doesn't make it enter the battlefield again. It still is already on the battlefield, and so that means that we are not going to have any opportunity to choose a color. This being the case, when the other ability asks Shapeshare what color was chosen as it entered the battlefield, it's not going to get any answer back, and so therefore the Shapeshare will not have protection from any color, even if the Voice of All that it's copying does. Kinda weird, huh? And that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. But until then, I hope you have a great day.